Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, Jeff Lewis. And oh my God, there's some super fun, exciting things going on all fronts. And excuse the gel. Like, I think I went a little crazy. I mixed a little gel and water together, and I should have brushed this out and literally just noticed. And so I look like I've been caught in the rain, and I wasn't. So anyways, excuse the look, but you get what you get. At least you don't pay anything for it, right? It is a rainy, icky day here. It's like 64 degrees. So I had to get out and go get my groceries. But other than that, I am home. Um, Anyways, get comfortable in comments. We love to hear what you think and say. So let us know. I think we're going to make time for questions at the end. I realized so yesterday I was going to the grocery store to pick up some stuff and then going to a friend's, like a girls' night in. We had so much fun. And so I had like a 30-minute, 45-minute each way in the car. Oh, let me get this off. And I was listening to Radio Andy, and it was a replay of Smith Sisters, and it was an Andy Cohen that I had not caught all of. So it just reminded me so much happened at BravoCon, and we never really got to chat about all of it. So StreamYard has lost access to my Facebook account. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's asking me to log in. Sorry, I did not mean to do this right now. And now I don't know that I can X out. So let's see what the hell's going on. Okay, it just connected. So sorry about that if you normally watch on Facebook. Okay, let's get into all the shout out news. There's a little bit. We are going to talk Salt Lake City. I finally got caught up on episodes 8 and 9. That were so good. I got caught up on Beverly Hills, episode 2 and 3. I have a lot to watch this weekend. Oh my gosh. We're going to chat the Rick and Kelly show, Andy Cohen and John Hill. And then, of course, we'll get into today's Jeff Lewis. And, of course, the Jeff Lewis live tickets that went on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. I hope you got your tickets. If not, I'm going to give you all the information. Do not fret. Spend your last dollar. Treat yourself. Come out alone. It doesn't matter. You will be surrounded by so many Jeff Lewis listeners, and we will have so much fun. So don't fret if you don't have anyone to fly out with you or to drive, what have you. I'll give you all the details. Okay, on the Rick and Kelly show this morning, they just spent like 10 days in Florida. They're not exactly telling us why. They're alluding to some projects and some secret meetings. Tell me in comments what you think it is. Like, I still can't decide if I think it's like a reality show, if they're going to sell something. They kind of stopped talking about the pickleball products. So last I had heard, they had these pickleball products, the balls and the pickleballs. They didn't love the manufacturer, so they were trying to do like buy one, get one free type stuff to get them out of the way because they had a new manufacturer they wanted to use. So some of y'all are saying it could be a QVC. This is driving me nuts, y'all. This is really great. It's like crispy, and I just washed my hair this morning. Listen, gross. Anywho, so a lot of y'all are wondering if they're doing something with QVC, but all they've said is it's going to be early 2024. So I'm really curious what that is. But they did do a smash retraction. So for any of y'all that don't love Kelly, which I've always said, I really like Kelly Dodd, but I don't love everything she says and does, right? Just like I don't love everything that Jeff Lewis says and does, right? I always don't agree with it. But they did make a retraction because she had talked last week about Shannon Bedore, who she's trying to make up with, I think, but everything went awry whenever they were supposed to have lunch. And obviously the DUI interrupted everything. But she had said that Shannon has always been in love with her CFO, Steve. And I guess word got back to them. A friend had to text Kelly. Of course, they read the text on air, kind of cleared that up. But I think the reason being is because, Kelly is really good friends with Jeff Lewis. I mean, she pretty much made a love affair YouTube show about him last week called Defending Jeff Lewis. Okay. But, he's really good friends with Shannon. So I think Kelly doesn't want to get in the between that. And she doesn't want to do anything that would harm, her and Shannon maybe becoming friends again. Because, Kelly, just like Jeff, has, burnt bridges and rebuilt bridges. So I think she's open to a Shannon reunion, and I hope she is. They've also interviewed Rachel Yucatel. Now it's going to be put up on their Patreon. So I'm kind of curious about that. She used to come on Jeff Lewis a lot. I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't think she follows me. I'd have to check. But I know weeks ago, months ago, she would be looking in my Instagram stories. And I was like, of course, I recognize the name Rachel Yucatel. And I'm like, what is Rachel Yucatel looking at my Instagram account for? And then I realized, oh, she used to be on Jeff Lewis. She probably saw Jeff Lewis Obsessed fan account and thought, oh, let me just peek around, see what this is. But anyways, it's supposed to be a really good Patreon interview with her. And, maybe there'll be a time where she comes back on Jeff Lewis. I don't know if they're on the outs or anything. But I just saw someone mention Heather McDonald. What about her? Someone says Heather McDonald had her on Juicy Scoop too. Oh, Rachel Yucatel, she did. Shout out Donna Bowling. Ooh, Donna Bowling. I can't bring you on Instagram because people get mad. I'm trying to figure out the technology when I bring people on Instagram, how I can let the other platforms hear and see it better. So I'm trying to figure that out. But dosers and chumpets, get ready because Donna and I are planning something really fun for something. So y'all stay tuned to both of our accounts for that. Right, Donna? It's going to be so much fun. I adore her so much. Anyways, but also Rick and Kelly are going to chat more this week. I don't know when their Patreon comes out, if it's a set day, but she's definitely said again that she's going to dive into the Heather McDonald earring thing. So somebody needs to let me know what is said. And, I won't say who it was or anything, but I am curious what she says for sure. Because, I said last week, I'm trying to decide if she's going to stay in the middle. She's going to stay Switzerland, because more than ever, I feel like Jeff is not in the mood for that, right? Don't F with people that F with people that I don't F with anymore, right? He has said it multiple times. He's talking about a new, fresh outlook. He wants to be with people and surround himself with people that are on his side and like a cheerleader for him and support him. I don't think he wants anyone to go after people that he's upset with, unfollow, block, things like that. But I don't think he wants people. I don't think he'd be thrilled if Kelly and Heather were having drinks at the country club anytime soon. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Are Kelly and Heather going to have drinks anytime soon? I don't know. I'm super curious how you think that's all going to shake out too. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm missing y'all's comments on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. And don't stay tuned because I think we're going to have time for questions on anything. Anything I'm willing to waste my time on at the very end of today's show. So if you're joining on the replay, make sure you watch, or if you're just joining in, make sure the replay does go up immediately. Every social media, Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and then the podcast, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Also, TikTok is the only place it doesn't go up as a replay. So anyways, okay, Andy Cohen and John Hill. Their show, they sounded light and fun today. For weeks I've been saying there was a little bit of tension, it seemed like, between them. It didn't sound like that at all. Even Andy was raving that his friend Kelly Ripa was raving about John Hill's show that he had in New York recently, and he was saying he wished he had gone to see it. So it was really sweet. It was kind of the John and Andy that I like to hear. And I really thought, and even Andy was even talking about his kids, Lucy waking him up, Ben throwing a fit about something. And, John didn't even make any snarky comments. So I loved it. I don't think there's ever a world where they could get back together. But, I just don't like whenever I hear like odd tension. And we've all said that we've heard like sometimes odd tension, right? Okay, I did say this already. But the Smith sisters and Andy Cohen, all the replays I got to listen to yesterday on Andy Cohen on Radio Andy, it reminded me there's so much we have not chatted about together about BravoCon. So if you have any questions about that, about the Jeff Lewis pre-BravoCon party I was lucky enough to attend, anything, let me know. And of course, the show that's coming up December 21st, which we'll talk about in a second. Okay. Salt Lake City, episode 8. Oh my God, what is up with Monica's mother taking her car away from her? So they didn't really go into it. She's got a Range Rover. It sounds like Monica makes the payments. Maybe it's a credit issue, but it sounds like Monica's mom like takes her car back every time they get into a fight. She's got 4 little kids. I mean, one of them is 17, but I don't know that girl has her own car. And if you have any teenage children, whether you've bought the car, pay the insurance, buy the gas, buy the new tires, any of that, those teenagers do not want to let mommy borrow the car for the other 3 siblings, right? So I don't know what's going on with that. I go back and forth because, of course, I think I had such a good relationship with my mom, so I don't come at it with that family history that Monica and her mom do. But so sometimes I'm like, I can't believe Monica would talk to her mom like that. And then the next breath, I'm like, I can't believe Monica's mom would talk to her daughter like that. Like, the whole thing is ick, right? For sure. Somebody said, do I believe the rumors that Monica took and sold Lisa Barlow's ring? I don't, because I just have to think they've got cameras on them. It doesn't seem like clearly in a bathroom going potty. Seems like that's where the ring came off of her. But if you look closely at that episode, the particular ring, I forget which hand it was on, it was like over the knuckle. So that ring was not that it's her fault. I'm just saying, I see how easily it slipped off in the bathroom, like pulling up her pants, because the ring was like on the tip of her knuckle, like more edged of falling off. So, it does seem like it could have easily fallen off. I don't know. I can't imagine anyone having the kahunas to steal a ring, no matter how financially unstable you are, because, Monica does talk about the other women having more money than her trying to be like, keep up with the Joneses, go buy a Louis Vuitton before their trip, things like that. I mean, the girl ain't driving a Range Rover for nothing. She's definitely trying to keep up with the appearances and trying to be a housewife. Yet I don't really know what her financial situation is. She talks about being a single parent. Does she get a lot of money? Does she get any support? Do the 4 daughters go to the ex-husband and spend time with them? Like, I don't know anything about it. So I did meet her at BravoCon in the VIP room, and I did tell her something quick about her mom, and she kind of made a look like things are not still going well with her mom. Because, when that's recorded so long ago, all we know now is the nitpickiness that we've seen Monica's mom on Instagram. And sometimes I think, you know what? Maybe Monica and her mom are in cahoots together and they know exactly what to do to strum up the drama on social media and the show. And maybe they're willing to sell themselves out for the fun and the fame and the money of being on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And then sometimes I'm like, no, who the hell would do that? That's so gross. And then I think there's a lot of people that are gross. Like, I don't know what to believe. So it's, but I cannot imagine she would steal that ring and then sell it. And then the word wouldn't get back that, oh, whatever this ring looks like, it's the same. I don't even know. It's so gross and confusing. Okay, in episode 9, Angie talks about her mom passing away when she was 8 years old. She was an alcoholic. I did make a story yesterday and had a small DM conversation with Angie K. I admit, I did not like her the first couple of seasons that she was on. I thought, yeah, I like her more this season. For one thing, I really like them showing her father. I like her showing that she hangs out with her dad. I like the Greek Easter party that she hosted. It was beautiful. Her house is beautiful, but the windows blow me a freaking way. So I did post a story about that yesterday because I just took a picture of the screenshot when I was watching Salt Lake, and then I tagged her in it, and she actually thought that she was having a conversation with Jeff Lewis because she saw Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and she deleted those posts before I ever saw them. So I don't know what she said, but I'm so curious now. And then that's what taught me, oh, I didn't even know you could unsend a DM message. So apparently you can. And then others of y'all shared stories with me of other celebrities and chumps who have sent and unsent DMs to y'all. So I guess maybe you get a notification, which was weird because I didn't get a notification from her that she had unsent a message, I don't think. But maybe I did. Oh my God. Anyways, she was super nice though. But I am liking her more this season. Like she just seemed more of a tryhard the first couple of seasons, and now I'm kind of more seeing her as for who she is. So, anyways, thank you for the follows. Thank you for tapping on Instagram. Thank you for the follows and tapping the screen on TikTok. I really appreciate it. All the gifts, all the stuff. Oh, Donna Bowling. Heather unsent a message to me. Oh my God, the way I would love to know what she had sent. So you get a notification? Wow. I'm obsessed now. I'm obsessed, Donna. Okay. Whitney's daughter having that, I would say extravagant, but not really 13th birthday party, but the amazing golf cart she got. And then the way they want her to be like their Uber for her, like going and running errands. She's 13 years old. Like, you really want your kid driving around the streets to pick up your son from soccer and like drive y'all like drinking from the restaurant? Like, what? It's so weird. But anyways, to each their own, I guess. I am getting vibes of Whitney and her husband Justin of just like not meshing and having conversations with each other, of like Mauricio and Kyle. Not the hatred part, which we're going to touch on in a second, because I think Kyle needs to send that extravagant orchid apology back to Jeff Lewis, because he was absolutely right. The last 2 episodes that I watched of Beverly Hills, she absolutely hates Mauricio, but we will chat about that in a second, right? Okay. Did y'all see the commercial? I think it aired during Salt Lake City, of Cy De Silva and her daughter London for this Ninja Drink Fest thing. I thought it was such a cute commercial. I thought it was very funny, entertaining, like for a minute long conversation to make me, a minute long commercial to make me actually watch it and be entertained by it. Like, I sort of loved it. It was super cute. What else? Kim and Croy went on a date on their anniversary, 11/11/11. Weird. That's all the time I'm going to give to them, because I think they're just playing us for all fools. Who knows what the hell's going on with them? Okay, Beverly Hills, episode 2. Whenever she tells Estella, Mauricio's mother, who y'all have to know, in the Jewish faith, in the Jewish community, apparently to some of them, it is a huge deal to get a tattoo and deface your body. So it's something about being buried appropriately, respectfully. So now we know why it's a better understanding of why it's such a big deal that Mauricio apparently has a tattoo that he hasn't told his mom about. And then he kind of doesn't want Kyle to keep getting all these tattoos, because it's just like maybe piling on and just going against, because she did switch and did convert to Judaism also. When they got married, or shortly after, maybe before they got married. I don't remember the details. Anyway, so that all plays into it. But I just thought it was so petty and cruel when Kyle decided to tell her mother-in-law, Estella. And then seconds later, she denied it. Like, oh, I don't even know if I said that. Maybe she asked me. No, like, revert back. I sort of love that the editors were like, bloop, 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 bloop. Let's show you exactly what you said. Because first of all, I'm watching it recorded. So I rewound it to listen to exactly what she said. She totally did it to like put a dig into him. And I just thought it was terrible. Who's saying they have no sound? Does that give me a thumbs up? Do y'all have sound on Instagram? Anyways, close out your app and get back on, maybe? I don't know. Hola. Anyways, what else? The whole thing, I think it's already been played out, but the whole thing was Sutton getting upset over this dancer's face being in Erica Jane's crotch. First of all, Erica Jane set this whole thing up with Magic Mike, so she knows a lot of the dancers. I think she's worked with them. It was out of respect to me that she wanted everyone to stay there and watch the whole show. Plus, they're being treated as VIPs. The crowd was going crazy. Can you imagine being at a Magic Mike, just having fun with your girlfriends in Vegas, and then see the freaking Beverly Hills ladies come in if you're a fan? Like, I'd be like, this is perfection. I cannot believe this is happening for me, or to me, not for me. I would be dying. So, when Sutton like threw a fit, I don't know what was going on. Thank y'all for the badges on Instagram. I really appreciate it. Help pay for my dang $240 ticket for Jeff Lewis Live, right? Worth every penny, but I'm just saying. But I think they've talked about that all. I love how Crystal, the birthday girl, was the only one that was bringing glam, and they don't talk about it, but it seems like everyone ended up with glam. They're like, okay, I'm not going to have, to me, she's the birthday girl. Like, let her treat herself to hair and makeup. Everyone else knows if you get your hair and makeup done that often, you probably know, or they could help each other do their own hair and makeup, but whatever. I just thought it was funny that they ended up all getting hair and makeup done, and then it didn't even talk about it, right? This was another reason, though. Kathy Hilton needs to be back as a friend, as a full-time housewife. I do not care. I am manifesting it. I also saw some weird. So last night when I was at my girlfriend's house, one of them showed me, she said, oh, have you seen the the caviar video from Bethany, and I had not. So she showed it to me, and it was like a baked potato. She's putting caviar on it. It's on Bethany's Instagram reels, and it says something like, "We're preparing for a special guest." Y'all, my brain immediately went to my friend, Kathy, my friend, goals, Kathy Hilton. And I literally was like, is Kathy Hilton coming on Be Strong with Bethany Frankel? Like, I'm just dying. What could they talk about? What would they say? Does maybe Kathy have her thoughts about not being a housewife? Is that why she's not on? I was just dying. So I don't know if that's a hint or not, but I am just waiting around to figure out for sure. But I don't know anything. I am hoping, since Kathy Hilton surprised us and got on my Instagram a few weeks ago, and in comments, she says, "I love Jeff Lewis." I think she would be perfect, especially with this little feud going on between Kyle and Jeff Lewis. The fact that she didn't come to his pre-BravoCon party, coincidentally, the fact that he's apparently sent her multiple orchids as apologies. She pretty much said on a video the other day, "Just shut up and I'll save you a bunch of money, from sending me these apologies." But even if they don't talk about Kyle, because I think Kyle and Kathy are in a really good place right now, and I wouldn't want that ruined at all, and have nothing to do with Jeff. I think they could not talk about that, and Kathy Hilton would be iconic on Jeff Lewis. So y'all let me know in comments if you want Kathy on there. Send Jeff a DM, tag him, whatever you got to do. Let's try to make this happen. I think it would be brilliant. And you know what? Every time they promote, like on the radio, Andy, if he's got a housewife, like today, the promo I heard yesterday was promoting Jodie Sweetin. But if there's a housewife on any that week, they always say the housewife, because he knows. I think that's probably his biggest ratings, right? But Kathy Hilton doesn't do many podcasts. And I'll tell you that because I DM back and forth with her, and she told me. So I think it would be amazing if she came on Jeff Lewis Live, because the fact is she doesn't go on many podcasts. It would be great if she did. Okay, what else? Oh my God, I think that's all. Let's talk about the Jeff Lewis Live show. Oh my God, were y'all so excited? So we had so many questions. When are tickets going to go on sale? Where's it going to be? What's the price going to be? The VIP, is it going to be regular? What's it going to be? I get a notice this morning on my bourbonroomhollywood.com, and it said tickets will go on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific. Y'all, the way I went and showered, got all ready, got my credit card out, got the number out. So my girlfriend Kim is flying in from Houston with me. She's on vacation, so I knew I had to buy her ticket too. It was even more pressure. Like, I didn't want to disappoint, right? Of course, I wanted to make sure I got a ticket for myself, but I had this extra added pressure of getting a ticket for my friend Kim. And I did. We got us 2 of the, now I know, 40 VVIP tickets. It's going to be like a meet and greet. I think some cocktails come with it before the show. There's a VIP that was like 75. Was it that much lower? I can't remember the prices. I did put it up on my Instagram. Anyways, the last show that Jeff Lewis has had has been from November 2021 in Burbank. And that's the one I flew out from. It was so much fun. I had never, ever flown by myself to any vacation or trip. I was so nervous, but I met up with some other Jeff Lewis fans. So if I can do anything, isn't to encourage you to not prevent yourself from coming and having fun, because you will meet other people. We will hang out. We can have breakfast, lunch, hang out at the hotels. Definitely a meetup at the venue. So the venue opened, the doors open at 5 o'clock. It is going to be the perfect place. That way we can all just meet there, have drinks, have food. That way, whenever we're getting to talking and we can figure out who we're going to sit with, all that kind of stuff, it is going to be so fun. But when I tell you how excited I am to get your DMs of people I've already met before, some people I've met at other trips, some people I've met at BravoCon, some people I've never met that I talked to on DMs, I cannot wait to meet you. It is so fun to meet other Jeff Lewis fans in person. It is so fun. We are going to have a blast. Tickets are at Bourbon, BOURBON, roomhollywood.com. And then scroll down and find the December 21st Jeff Lewis thing. And then it says tickets. Okay. My ticket after taxes and everything for the VVIP that I think is sold out was $240. There's tickets lower than that. So I don't remember, but get it now. If you're flying, I land very early Thursday morning. So I plan to meet up with whoever can come in the area, and we'll go have breakfast at Sight Glass, listen to the Jeff Lewis live show together Thursday and Friday. It'll be so fun. I cannot wait. We can go to all the fun places. Oh, I love that. Joyful, I'm Karen. You're my friend in my head. I'd go just to meet you, Sarah. And when I tell you, I love meeting other people. Like, it's kind of I can talk to a wall. I love humans. Okay. Nice humans. There's some mean ones going on Instagram trolls. And we're not giving them any light and love. But anywho, nice humans. I love. It is so fun. But I really want to encourage you that it will be safe. We will have fun. Don't worry about coming alone. Just do this for yourself. I know it's days before Christmas and the holidays. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not cheap. You'll regret it though. And we don't need to live a life of regret, right? I want you to do all the fun things. And this is going to be amazing. Amazing. Okay. Let's get into today's show. Josh Flagg and Nikki Haskell. The way Jeff has a love affair with Nikki Haskell, he was spending hours at her TikTok. So her TikTok is like it's something. I put it on my Instagram story. I forget what it is, but she gives like all this advice, and she's on TikTok a lot. I don't think she's on Instagram as much, but so fun. He really loves that, right? But then he's talking about getting stuck in elevators, which I'm like, the girlfriend that was hosting the Girls Not In last night, she does all these galas and events and stuff. Like, she's super fancy. We were at an event, a fundraiser event in the fall, and I was there, but she got stuck in the hotel elevator, and nobody could figure out which elevator it was. She was texting. It was horrendous. So when I heard this story today, I was like, I think I've been stuck once, but for like a very short amount of time, not a long time. So the fact that Jeff just told us that he got stuck in the elevator coming down from his hotel in Dallas last week, I was just dying, because he's such a control freak, and he was probably dying, right? Yes, I know. Venus says if it was after Easter, you would go. And hopefully he'll do more and more shows, right? Because, he kind of had a few the fall of 2021. And then the last one he's had has been November 2021. So even though he's talked about a lot of live shows, he hasn't had any more, right? What else? They talk a lot about Josh Flagg's will. He's considerably younger than Nikki Haskell. So why does he have her in his will, like giving her a fancy car? I mean, no offense. I want Nikki Haskell to live to 130, but I also don't want to think about Josh Flagg passing away before her, right? Like, no, that's kind of weird. Yes, I'm reading all y'all's comments. Okay, sorry. Let's get to the after show. I do want to make time to just answer general questions, things about BravoCon, things about the pre-BravoCon party that Jeff Lewis hosted that I was lucky enough to attend. Any nice, kind comments. Some people that don't want their name in my mouth, leave those out of your questions. I don't even want to read them, okay? So just, you get what I'm saying? Okay, moving on to bigger and better things, right? Nice, positive things. Okay, the after show was so good. Monica Casey and Zach Noe Towers. I sort of love, and Zach did this last week to Jeff. He sort of gives it to him. Like, he's super honest. Zach always talks about, like, the income difference is a lot between the other room of Jeff Lewis Live today with Josh Flagg, Jeff Lewis, Nikki Haskell, than the room he was in with Monica Casey. Although I'm pretty sure Monica ain't broke, right? With her ex-husband, George. Anywho. But I love that he is very honest with Jeff and like jokes with him, makes him laugh, but he also doesn't like blow smoke up his ass. You know what I mean? So, they talk about Saturday night. Jeff posted a very rare Saturday night out, a picture of High Tops, him and Brogan and Shane, Krista Lamas, and Justin Martindale. We now know there was a few more people there that they mentioned. Looks so much fun. But I love that he was saying that he would have invited Zach Noe Towers out. Like, I think Jeff is just ready to let loose, have a little fun, not be on the prowl, I'm assuming, and just kind of be surrounded by people that he loves and trusts, right? Oh my God, I love that, Laurel Bullock. You're not going by yourself, because if you want to meet up with us, What is in my pocket? Oh, I washed a Kleenex in my jeans. Okay, sorry. Um, anyways, what else? So this was funny. Monica wants a boob job. So she apparently flashes her boobs at high tops, and Jeff is talking about that. Tell me in comments if it's common with you and your friends, because we have done this since our 20s. All of us have flashed each other. So last night, one of the friends at the girls' night in, really good friend of mine, she loaned me this gorgeous statement necklace that she's also loaning me for this Saturday night. I have a fancy event to go to. And she just got, a few weeks ago, she got an implant and a lift. So they're still swollen. She's still in that little thick, heavy bra, whatever. But of course, she showed us all of her boobs. Like, when you have a surgery, you're going to show your friends what happened, right? I've also seen, sadly, friends that have gone through breast cancer and enhancement surgeries from that, scarring, the nipple tattoos, all those kinds of things. So those aren't the fun, but they are the supportive ways of looking at your friends' boobies and encouraging them and telling them they're beautiful. Woo, I can't talk about breast cancer. What are we doing? Because my mom passed away from breast cancer. So it hits me too hard with all my friends that have been through it and my mom. But anyways, tell me in comments, do you show your friends your boobs? Like, these are natural. They fed all 5 of our kids. Like, I'm proud of them. Whatever they end up looking like, they're bigger than I wish, but I'm proud of them. So now I'm manifesting that, I think of all the chumps, like just showing each other their boobs. And I think it's hilarious. So I was here for it for sure. And, Jeff often talks about boobs, his love of boobs, and Andy Cohen talks about his love of boobs for sure. Y'all, what are y'all talking about pickles for? Hold on. I'm missing the comments. I love y'all's comments so much. Melanie, I was having a hard time breathing when I had 4 sizable dill pickles in my face, and I just kept ordering drinks, thinking I won't have to remember tomorrow. The way I need to scroll back, Kathy, and see what the hell that conversation is about, because I'm dying, like literally. Yes. Back in the day, Lady Grace would show her boobs for sure. Anyways, okay. Nikki, they were talking about has no filter. I think Jeff loves that. I love the idea that I think Zach had, that he should just have lunch or dinner with Nikki Haskell every week and she can be his counselor. Like, can you imagine? Like, I love that she has all this life experience, but yet she's been wealthy her whole life. So she comes at it with all those experiences. They would go somewhere fancy and talk. I feel like she probably knows a lot of people's secrets and is probably a really good friend. I think they've even talked that, like, they're all like late night buddies. I think Kathy Hilton's even in this, like Candy Spelling. Like, they all talk like 2 to 5 in the morning. Like, they're very late night owls. They don't get a lot of sleep. Yeah, NW Shelley, she would be a great life coach. Can you imagine? Like, I think that's what she's given to us on free on TikTok, right? So I'm here for it for sure. What'd y'all think of Monroe telling Jeff you're bossy, basically because she now knows Kian and Travis are quitting their jobs, and she was like, so basically this half of the room is quitting, like they're leaving you, Dad. He was like, yeah, like now that you put it that way, very interesting. But he's very clear. He mentioned his ex's name quite often. He said he's not ready to introduce Monroe to anybody that he dates next because he's still dealing with the after effects of introducing Monroe, and she's still very attached and knows about him. And it sounds like Jeff is just choosing not to tell her the truth right now. He's delaying having to tell her that, things haven't worked out. Does that mean Jeff thinks there's hope? Like, why is he not choosing to tell Monroe? As a mom, trust me, I'm sure there's many things that we don't want to have the conversations with our kids. But I feel like if he knows it's done and over, he would just break it to Monroe. I just feel like he said some really strange things. It almost makes me feel like he's, bourbonroomhollywood.com is the website. Check my Instagram. I'm always going to put information on my Instagram stories. I love all the other platforms. I just feel like Instagram is easier to put in my stories. So if you ever need information, just go to Jeff Lewis Obsessed there. Make sure you're following me. Oh, okay. So I am Jana Lee says Gage and Scott have done more to confuse Monroe than Jeff has. I mean, some would argue with you on that. If you ever want to get into an argument, it's talking to people about, Gage and Jeff, Scott and Gage, for sure. I mean, there are some very intense opinions on that for sure. What else? Zach dating a married couple didn't surprise me. I'm here for it. I think, some 6 of us got together in Houston a couple of weeks ago and went and saw Zach Noe Towers' live show when he came here. He was so nice to me. He's so funny on stage, so cute. He had little pink tennis shoes. Well, they weren't that little, but he had pink tennis shoes on, which I thought were so cute. He was so nice to meet afterwards. But I love how open he is and not proud. He's fine with all the life choices he makes as a relationship. You know what I mean? Like he perfectly fine with that. They were talking about White Castle, and I don't know if I've ever I kind of know what they are because I've seen them in the frozen section of a restaurant. I mean, of a grocery store. But I'm regretting when we missed our dinner reservation Friday night on our way because it was so hard to get an Uber. So hard. We missed our 7:00 dinner reservation before Cabaret, and we ended up at a Denny's, which was just fine because they sold alcohol. What did my girlfriend get? I think one of them got a drink and the other one, got a Bailey's and coffee. She got a Bailey's and coffee, and maybe my other girlfriend got a drink too. I can't remember. But our food was delicious. It was so good. And we passed the White Castle. So now I don't remember if that was on the Strip or on Fremont Street where we were. Crystal Burger is similar to White Castle. I've never heard of Crystal Burger. I don't think we have that in Houston. What else? We are going to wrap it up and we will make time for questions. So get your questions ready. If you have any comments, tomorrow is Tom Arnold and Doug Buden on the Jeff Lewis live show. And on the after show is Amanda McCants and Joey Zalzig. So I was kind of curious. I think Amanda took a beat. I'm not sure if she was busy or just everything after. I think she was on once with Paige after the whole Jamie Kennedy of it all. But, I'm glad she's back now. What did Scott DM you? Oh, I won't give all the details, but he basically unblocked me and sent me a DM explaining why he blocked me, which made perfect sense. He just needed to protect himself. And he feels like at the time he was looking at my content to kind of get an insight into Jeff Lewis's life. And now that wasn't the best thing for him. And we had a little DM back and forth. We totally understood each other. I asked him if I could talk about, if I could make a story that he unblocked me. He said, absolutely. He's always been super cool. But he did say, you have to know that I'm going to have to block you after this again. And I think it's out of respect that he doesn't want my content to just come up on his reels. Right. And I guess, I don't know how the algorithms work. I always think you have to be following like a hashtag like Bravo or Jeff Lewis or following a hashtag that I use, or is it like TikTok where whatever you slow down on and they know what you watch is what you're interested in? So my TikTok is mostly like gross pimple popping videos. For a while, it was the ingrown toenail videos. So clearly, gossip, Vanderpump Rules is what I slow down on and all that gross stuff. So anyways, that's what my TikTok looks like. But Instagram, I don't know how that works. So he did reblock me, which I totally understand and respect, right? Because Gage has me blocked too. And they're happy. I wish them the best. But, I never followed Scott. We never followed each other. Just last fall, 2 years ago fall? This fall? A year and a half ago? I think last New Year. So fall 2022. He was looking at my Instagram stories. Anyways. Yes, all is okay. Kelly and Rick have said they're going to talk about Heather and the earrings on their Patreon this week. So yes, so join that if you want to hear their side of it. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'll put that comment up. Sarah, love your show. You never disappoint. I mean, I'm sure I'm disappointing in many ways in life, but what else? What other questions do you have? Dolly Girl says, when he started dating Gage, officially he blocked you.
he was dating Gage before he blocked me. Let's just put it that way, because I know the timeline. Because I was being told some insider information from somebody that DMs with them, and it was well before he blocked me. He blocked me like New Year's Day or the next day. Anyways, what else? Yes, Christina, catch the replay. Tell me. Oh, thank you, Randy. Push the like button and make a comment. Thank you so much. That really helps my engagement. Where are Megan and Jamie? Jamie Kennedy was just on. I don't know why Megan's not on this week. I don't ask her. I don't know anything about that. A lot of you are noticing. All I know is Jeff said they did have a really good conversation at BravoCon the Friday night, I think, but that they're taking a beat from each other. So maybe that beat is still going on. I don't really know. Or she's busy. I know her daughter just turned 18. They got matching tattoos. She showed it to me at BravoCon. It's beautiful. Ooh, Lady Grace. Do I think Megan will come to the Jeff Lewis Live event? I hope so. Also, you have to realize, I think she lives in the Valley. So it's not exactly, she was at the November 2021 that I went to, but also they start these events somewhat early because I think they do respect that, the other people that come have a drive. And I think I would assume she likes to go back to her house. I mean, the freaking house that she just spent a fortune on remodeling and adding on to, right? She probably wants to go back to her show. Well, Chump can't be on season 2 of his show. Who is that? Cut the Cameras dead ass on TikTok. It does seem like they were saying there was cameras there, right? So I do think there was cameras at the Chump camp. Or was there only cameras from Kian? I don't really know. I don't remember. Gage is a drama queen. I mean, in some ways, I'm shocked that Gage and Scott even have a public Instagram because they always made it very clear that they don't want the limelight. They don't want all that stuff. But yet when they have a public Instagram, and months ago, Gage would do these Ask Me Anythings, and I'm sure 90% of the questions were Jeff Lewis fans. You know what I mean? Oh, Red Eye Fab. Jen Green was at the Chump Camp filming. Yeah. Yep. I mean, no longer, right? But you never know. She could be the producer or whatever she was, whatever her job title was for season 3. We never know when things get back to right? I remember being surprised they were filming it. I mean, one thing I remember, and it was kind of a little tiff that I noticed, is that Jeff, when Jen Green was on one time, forget who with, Joey Zalzig or Leah Black, and he was kind of ribbing her for her wanting more like personal scenes, like, having breakfast, having lunch with his co-workers and stuff. And Jeff was like, I don't want all that. I want the whatever. I want all that. As a viewer, I very much want to see more of a personal side than we did of season 1 of Hollywood House Lived. I love the show, but I'm not into a lot of these celebrities. They're not like my favorite, or I'm not like attached to them. I end up liking them, like Anthony Anderson. I'm glad he's back, but I don't know anything about the design and I just want the personal side. Like, I would almost go back to having a little more of that for sure, right? When Jen's Insta public prior to Jeff Badmouth, yes. So Jen or Jen not Jen, her Instagram used to be public. I didn't follow her, but now someone let me know it is private for sure. So I'm surprised. I did check it once because Jeff only follows like 26 or 27 people. So I did check to see if his number went down and like maybe him or Jen blocked or unfollowed each other. And I didn't notice that. So, maybe it's better, right? Kathy says, why is Jeff losing so many people? Well, somebody messaged me the other day or DM me and said he's an Aries, like I am, March 24th, and it's the year of the shedding. So I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. I think it's great if I think people can have a friendship for a reason, a season, a lifetime, all those things, right? Anyways. Oh, Monica says, did Gage legally adopt Monroe? Just curious how he has 50% custody and so much. So he's on the birth certificate. So Jeff has made it very clear he would have never decided to go through with having a baby, be a surrogacy, had he not been in a long-term relationship with Gage. So I don't think he regrets that part at all, because he wouldn't have Monroe. But that's why he has it, because they pretty much do share 50-50, right? So anyways. Aries run hot, but you were pleasant and kind. Oh, thank you. I am a natural redhead, so my hair went blonde at 2 years old. I have a picture of me at 7 months old with just orange hair as a baby. And so I'm definitely a natural redhead, but I do try to be pleasant and kind for sure. Anyways, well, thank you so much for joining live. We do this every weekday at 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. The replay goes up immediately everywhere. It goes up as a podcast, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. The only place the replay doesn't go up is TikTok, but everywhere else is live and in a replay. So make sure you follow me on everywhere under Jeff Lewis Obsessed, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What else? Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter, Threads, blah, blah, blah. I probably post mostly as an Instagram story. It's just easier. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Chumpets. And also, let me know if you're coming to December 21st. Definitely want to meet up with you for sure. Bye, Instagram. Bye, y'all.